there's a piece of the road that we deal with every single day that is starving for a refresh. Just kidding. But apparently right. Apparently this company thought it was.
One of those things.
I'm talking redesigned traffic lights. And not just traffic lights, but the entire approach to traffic lights.
I'm so curious to see what this looks like and acts like. And
it's so weird. So,
is this one of those like integrated technologies where like it's going to work with the cars of the future, where like they can all read it and get through it quicker and stuff like that?
No, at all, actually.
Oh,
but it's way more satisfying than regular traffic lights.
Okay,
so
that's fair.
I'll caveat this to say this isn't like this isn't actually proposed as a traffic light thing.
Right. There's no nobody's trying to use this right now.
This is like this was a proposal product to say like, hey, what if we did X? So
lights of the future.
Gotta make sure you can see this one. Right?
Whoa. Oh,
yeah,
that was kind of cool. This is like, what is Apple making these?
So what they're proposing
just
is,
LED.
I believe, OLED screens.
Oh.
And the thought is, like right now, like traffic lights have been the same for a very, very long time. They're based on location. They have, they're all at a specific spot, which I guess I didn't realize. Like green's always on bottom, yellow's in the middle, red's on top, always. So like people who are colorblind, can know like top is stop. Oh, I wonder if that's why, because it rhymes. That's how I'd remember it.
Top is stop.
Bottom is go. That rhymes.
Goes below. Top is stop, goes below.
And in the middle, you be slow. So these are the two different sizes that they're proposing.
Okay.
Already, like interface is really, really cool.
Yeah.
So this is a design firm that's pitching this. And they have reasoning, they have explanations behind all of it. I'll just read their thing. Task to reimagine traffic lights. For the last 100 years, traffic has been regulated by 3 colored circles, red, amber, and green. This now iconic look was shaped by the spherical incandescent lamps, which were initially used.
Just like car headlights.
Right. So it's like we got boxed into something because of how it was before.
Yeah.
As technical restrictions no longer exist, we can now make traffic lights look however we want them to look. So we got together with a design industry to reimagine traffic lights for the future, here and now. So what they're proposing is you don't have to be limited by that anymore. You can still keep the location of where the signals show up. So on bottom, middle, top, but the whole screen can change. And you can have these weird in-betweens of like, if it's a left turn only, if there's something specific that's supposed to happen for somebody, you can show that all in a lot of different ways using these screens. And they specifically designed them with the same footprint as current traffic lights so they could be replaced like one-to-one. It wouldn't be redesigning the whole location of where it needs to go. This is where they're saying with old traffic lights, people who have color vision disorders identified signal by its location. With the new design, this clue is preserved with pictograms on where they would expect them to be. So they maintain a really high contrast ratio.
Yeah.
Same deal. The whole thing's changing. Green, yellow, red. So kind of cool.
Interesting.
So previously, in order to distribute the flow of traffic going in different directions at difficult intersections, cities had to pay extra to have additional sections installed. In the usual 3-circle format, it was the only way to solve the problem. With these new traffic lights, all the signals fit neatly onto one screen. So what they're talking about is if you had like a weird turn that you had to have like an arrow involved in, you got to build another block on. You got to add something else onto it. So what they're showing is here, it can be everything. So it can say how much time is left on it. It can say you can turn right. This is how much time you have left. It's doing it all in one screen. So if you have a traffic change, if something happened, you just update whatever the software is on it. If it's closed for traffic, whatever.
I don't think it would take all that long to adopt because like that is confusing me.
Right
off the bat.
Yep.
But it would be so nice to have that timer on there.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
Right. So with
reimagining all these traffic lights, there's already like the Teslas already read the lights ahead of you, and the Audi. Do you remember the Audi e-tron thing that it would do? It could read the light in front of you, and it would do the timer based on like historical data of those lights and stuff. It would give you the timer of like
that's cool.
How long until it's going to turn red?
That's really cool. I don't remember that.
So like you could have this communicate with the vehicles. That'd be easy enough. Similar to how like the Apple Maps and Google Maps do this too, where they show how much traffic is in any given spot based on like location of phones and stuff like that. Like you could do the same thing, communicating back and forth. That's super cool.
So that's how they're doing it there. So then they propose all these these are like examples of it. So satisfying. Obviously, design company did this.
Well, yeah.
So like it looks beautiful, but
so I agree. Would be OLED screens, so they would be visible in any light.
Right. Super, super bright, super vivid. And it would be. I mean, I think the proposal was that it's like a higher
like bouncing.
Yeah, like they're all, just how they like pop in and everything. It's really cool. Really, yeah. The arrow ones kind of confuse me, and it feels like it's an exit sign to me.
It's a green arrow,
right?
Yeah. Yep. Green arrow. You got a minute left. 15 seconds going for it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So it's really interesting. Super. So then So they show it rendered in some places. It looks really
That's
cool.
rendered. That's not an actual.
No, just rendered.
Okay.
Yeah, none of this
They
is real.
did
So
well.
then coming soon is the second concept for a square light. So this guy, just using a few different instances, they say it's square because it can double as an interactive road sign for a whole bunch of different road signs that already exist.
Sure.
So it could be a lot of different things. So I think they have to get to an animation. Yeah, so it's showing like how it would cycle through some of these. So if it needs to
It's a more
change,
modern car too. That's funny.
right. So yeah, if it needs to like show something different, it could double as something like that, or this could replace square signs on the roads too, so that it could be a little bit of everything. So if there's a traffic alert, if there's something that pops up, you could have like an interactive thing. You don't have to put extra signage up.
I just thought of.
Oh no,
because these are customizable, right?
Yeah.
Like you can make your turn, but you have to watch like a 15-second commercial first. It's like YouTube.
Oh, weird. Are they gonna monetize stoplight? So you're sitting at your stoplight, and there's like all over. It's
there's
just
no tolls anymore, but you can't go forward
until you watch your 15-second ad.
Yeah, and then you can pay for your passport, whatever.
Yeah, your
like,
iPass will be like your YouTube Premium for the road.
So people are there's like the two lanes, and the lanes are going through, and you're just sitting there like,
you're like,
That's funny.
So here's they start showing like all the different icons that could be.
Well, those are very easily readable. Like at a glance,
right.
Pretty much knowing what you need to do there.
Right. So, and I'm sure, like you said, there's a lot of like adoption that would need to happen. But yeah, like look at, they got like the dude, like it walks. They had the one, that guy was checking his watch while he's sitting there and waiting for it. I think this one here. Yeah.
That's
like looking.
Funny.
But yeah, they're all like, I think they have a couple more animations. Yeah.
Yep.
So just like really simple, really minimal, but you can like see what's going on, and then it's all changing and showing examples of things. Really cool though.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy here, there's a camera built into the traffic light's visor, so you can analyze the situation on the road and keep an eye on the flow of vehicles around you. Don't know what that means, but that got creepy.
I
big
think that
brother.
was an explanation for a different thing.
I don't think it is.
Well, it's cameras for running red lights. I mean for tracking.
Right.
So the cool
I thought you
thing
meant for a different product. No, I get what you're saying. It's not for like your benefit. It's for like the cities or whatever. They could use AI to like analyze what's going on in all these to try to optimize lights.
The thing is, like we all know, everybody knows watching this. Okay, there's a stoplight in your town.
Yeah.
That's like, this has no business being this long.
Right.
There's no reason this should be this long.
Right.
Like there's one leaving my job, my office. The one, if you want to turn, obviously you can turn right on the red.
Right.
But it's timed.
Okay.
And like it's like 5 minutes. It seems like it's so long.
So if you hit red, you're like, sweet, I'm gonna be here forever. And
yeah.
There's no one else
especially if
here.
I have to turn left, and I've often turned right and then just do a U-turn at the next intersection, and I still beat it.
Wow.
Coming that way, like it's super slow.
Weird.
So what this could do with AI, is it could change the duration of the lights based on time of day, based on average traffic, because we know that stuff now through Google and through all of our phones communicating with each other. We know that stuff now. And it could change it based on the actual live data.
Mm-hmm.
So like if there's a camera, the quality of camera now is so good, especially with distance.
Right.
It could see like, okay, there's one guy sitting here, and there's a bunch of cars coming, but they're not coming for a while.
Right.
So let's pop the lights red.
Right.
Let's get this guy go.
Yeah.
And then let's change that again before those cars even make it here, and not stop the flow of traffic.
Right.
Like, I bet the AI systems could figure out a way to, especially in big cities, to like change the flow
Make
of
the flow
traffic
better.
so much.
Right.
Yeah, that would be
Well,
sweet.
I guess I didn't think about that, because like we've talked about like, do self-driving cars and EVs and stuff, do those improve traffic flow because they're all communicating? We use the joke of like, it's like a train, and like you're just kind of joining the train of everybody going together. But maybe this is a way to do it for people who don't have, like, for the whole road. It's not just for the people with these fancy new cars, but like everybody. You're optimizing traffic flow inside cities and everything. Giving special priority to public transit and stuff like that. And so could be interesting.
The thing is, people just have to take the cues from that stuff.
Right. So
all right, they have stop. Now it's going to go.
Right. So they have a couple different renderings, stuff like that.
I think the timers would help though. Like if you're looking ahead and you see a green light and you can clearly see like there's 15 seconds left, you're like, okay, I know for sure I can get through it. I'm not even going to bother slowing down. Because some people slow down too early and then it's green and yellow and like, you know, or some people rush through them and then accidents happen. Like,
Yeah. So
I think that would help a lot.
So yeah. So there you go. There's your pitch on proposed new direction for headlights.
Interesting.
Or headlights for traffic lights in general. So yeah, let us know what you guys think.
Super
like,
interesting.
It's weird. It's definitely done by like a design firm, like I said. So it's meant, and like design being cool. like a creative design firm. So it's not at a point that they're pitching this to anybody yet. I think a lot of the renderings were over in the UK for this, but it's interesting. So let us know what you guys think. Would you like to see a redesign of street signs in general? Do you think that's going to cause way more chaos than it's worth? What would be the pros and cons for something like that? It does seem, as we talked about the traffic flow thing, that does seem interesting because we all have that stupid light in our city.
Yep.
That is, some of them do react to like who's where and what's going on. And some of them are just straight timer.
Yeah.
And straight timer ones drive me up a wall.
Well, and if they're primarily software driven rather than like sensors in the road, right, where they like cut them in,
right,
like the weight sensors,
right.
Like that stuff can break so easily,
right?
Maybe not so easily, but you got to dig up the road.
No, it can, but like those,
it.
floor loops are a pain because it's that. Now you got to send a whole crew out. You got to do a whole thing. If you can just have AI software analyzing stuff and going from there.
Well, yeah, and if it was just essentially a screen and a small computer board and a camera,
right?
Like, and I'm sure that draws a low enough amount of power that you could probably run it on solar,
right?
Be my guess,
right?
Like if it's just swapping that out,
that's true. It's just its own little self-contained thing.
Just like slap a new one on when it goes bad.
Well, it says in here they're all 5G, so they're all just communicating with each other. So it's less about like it all being wired in too. It's just its own network of stuff. So
when storms happen, all the lights would still be bad.
Yep.
Just like they are now.
Yeah, same
deal. That like when bad storm comes through, and then it's just like all the lights just all blink red.
Yes.
Like figure it out. It's a stop sign now. It's like the busiest intersection in town. Like figure it out.
Yeah, it'll just say like no service on it instead now.
Yeah, right. It's gonna be the error 404 window.
Error 404, sign not found.
Sign not found. Yeah.